Hi, I'm James, and I've lived in the Barbican for 5 years now with Kirsten. And originally we lived in Briar Court in a studio. That was for 3 years, and that was fine, but at some point we thought it would be nice to have a bedroom. And so we've moved into what I always call the classic Barbican Type 20. Very happy here. I'm an architect, trained in Australia, moved around quite a bit, worked in Germany and the Netherlands. Kirsten and I met in the Netherlands, and then after the crisis moved to London.
And the funny thing was that when we decided to move to London, James wasn't really that keen on moving to London, but the one thing that we did say, if we ever moved to London, we wanted to live in a Barbican, and that's exactly what happened.
Yeah. When we decided to move, and we thought, where are we going to live? North, south, east or west, and then we remembered actually just look in the Barbican. And so we immediately went to obviously the real estate agents that you go to, and it made it a bit easier to decide.
It made it easier, but also we had to decide really quickly because from Amsterdam we contacted some real estate agents, and there was about 3 apartments that we could view, but by the time we got here, which was like 2 days later, there was only one really that was still free.
Yeah.
So we ended up having to just take that one. So it was easy because there was kind of an urgency to go ahead with it really quickly.
Yeah.
I'm an architect, just like James. I trained in Germany. Originally I was born in Belgium, but we moved to Germany, so I trained as an architect in Germany. And I work in a medium-sized office here in Clerkenwell, really close to the Barbican actually.
Yeah, that's lucky.
That's lucky.
To walk to work in London, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I guess it's the classic architect's view that this is an amazing project, and I just like the simplicity. It's just concrete and timber. It's got full height glazing. The fact that it's in the centre of town, but it's very, very quiet. When we lived in Amsterdam, we would visit London probably once a year to see the Serpentine Pavilion, and we would often come here for exhibitions, and I think it is unique. I can't think of any other brutalist project that is so well maintained as the Barbican, and I also can't now imagine living anywhere else.
It's really the things that James just mentioned as well, the fact that they're really very spacious, and the layout, they've somehow been designed, even though it's not a massive flat. I think ours is about, 80 square meters, but it feels so much bigger just the way they managed to arrange the floor plans and the layouts.
The one thing that I remember we spoke about before is that this, maybe it's not the last, but it seems to me one of the last big architectural projects where the architects were trying to do something, they were able to do it, and it was one office that was able to do it, and it was on like a really massive scale. And this type of project is impossible to happen now. Like it would, no client or no government would give one architect such a big piece of area, which they would roll out the same architecture on every block. So to me, I think that's why it's such a special place, because they didn't try and break it down and put different facades on every different block, which is exactly what they would do now.
Yeah, but then at the same time, there's lots of attention to detail as well. Like, you might think it's all the same, but then when you really start to look at it, you do see that there's minor differences here and there.
Yeah.
And what I especially enjoy is that it's not just the attention of detail for the architecture itself, but also the spaces in between. So having the communal gardens, having these spaces that we can use, be it just as residents or also other people living elsewhere. And all of that coming together, I think that makes it a really, really good estate and place to live.
Yeah.